Whoops. I nearly completely forgot. It's Sunday here, and I'm actually now officially 11 minutes late. I was getting ready to go and do some filming on some stuff and getting equipment and gear and just relaxing on a Sunday and so on. And so I mixed it up. It's 1 o'clock here in the afternoon, and it's probably about 5 o'clock in Europe. Some people may have been getting organised to come and watch this, and Jane and I just had another discussion about, is this a good time? We're not getting as many up on looking, and on the weekend it's probably a bad time because everyone's out doing their stuff. So late in the day, 9 o'clock in the evening or something is probably the better time for the weekends, but during the week maybe better. People still at work have a last minute look before they go, so who knows. Anyway, it's recorded, and people will get a chance to come and watch it any time, and it varies. In fact, there's a real hunt going on at the moment with the algorithms of the whole thing, because usually, as I said before, I think I said this yesterday, I can't remember, we get 1,500 people watching, sometimes when there's things happening up to about 2.5. But Lutz the other day using his program, and it was a pre-record, and then he pre-records it and then runs it up live at the time. For some reason, the algorithms picked it up and just shot it through the roof, like 5,000. I mean, I could always say, looks better than me. He's younger than me, better voice, better program. He's using an Apple computer. I'm using a banana computer. We don't know why or how that happened, but we're still looking at different parts to that. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please do. If you haven't liked our page, our OGR Facebook page, please like it. It's all that helps us get the word out, because we know a lot of you haven't, and we see the stats on who's there and who's not. Anyway, I had a quick peek at the tracker earlier this morning, and then I just quickly dumped it on. So, and it was happening pretty much as predicted. What's to talk about? Explorer started talking about food again, and on the tweets. What else? Jan was telling me, but I can't remember it, so not a lot to report there. Anyway, we'll go straight to the tracker and have a squiz at what's going on. Yeah, Jane's doing okay. She's had the bug go through pretty quick, and now it's in her head sort of thing, and I'm still coughing a bit as well. So, but she's looking remarkably better, which is good. Now I just got to get on the tracker for me. Here we go. Okay, so this is an old report now. These positions came through 15 minutes ago. Jeepers. And as we said, this high pressure system here in the middle of all these other pressure systems is causing a bit of a split now in the fleet, which is, makes it a bit more exciting in some ways. And the leaders are well and truly into this southwesterly airflow, which is, giving them plenty of speed, plenty of bits and pieces. But the speed to keep, we got caught up the top there. She's sped up now. She was only doing 3 knots before, now doing 5.4, and did a 185-mile day. Whereas Penduic, who's pulling ahead of Translated now because of the wind, they've got plenty of wind there, doing 11.4 knots, screaming along in 5-6 meter seas, 250-mile day. That's probably correct. They're getting it. We watched this very closely. In fact, I should have shared Windy. That was the job I was doing this morning. I was watching this just to see it didn't peak over this breeze here. It didn't peak over 35 knot forecast, and the maximum forecast wind in this whole area is only 31 knots, but it's gusting over 40. Okay, so we're up to 40, and the seas are sort of between 5 down here in these darker patches, between 5 and 6 meters. So, and a southwesterly really hooks onto the consistent groundswell, which is from the west. So that's why the swells pick up. This is a rollicking Southern Ocean now. So this will be, holding for a while. And the crews that want to get the whole sort of Southern Ocean feel, Penduic and Translated are into it. Maiden's just entering it. And next one's Spirit of Helsinki behind Maiden. That's a good thing for Maiden. And Neptune's right on the hammer of Helsinki. So it makes me wonder if there's something going on the boat that they haven't mentioned, because she's certainly not, Helsinki's not performing as well as she was in the first 2 legs. But nonetheless, everyone's safe, touch wood, and having a great ride. So I'm going to go back to the back end of the fleet now and see what Explorer's up to. They slowed down again. They were doing 5.5 before. Only managed a 103-mile day, and they're doing 4.5 at the moment in a band of really light following norwesterlies. Not so good. And Stern are doing 5.2. They've picked up a bit and heading straight for the centre of it, but I think the centre's going to move away. So this is hopefully the dying stages of the light wind scenario for Sterner and Explorer. It's not going to get really good, like huge winds, but I think from the look of it, and we'll run that through in a minute, they may end up just sailing consistently now without having to stop anywhere with complete lack of wind. Okay, so following through again, 5.4, 85-mile day for speed of the keep. Outlaw 5.9 and a 78-mile day. So they've been doing a little bit better than Spirit, who's lagging behind dramatically. Anyway, Evrika, 6.5 knots, 105-mile day, just about to go around the Waypoint. Everyone cleared the Waypoint really well. I think I'll blow it up and have a look. I think Galliana with Secure takes the cake as who came closest to the Waypoint. And it was absolutely Galliana there. You can see him come down. Translated 9 went really close as well. And they said they hadn't had a fix for 2 days. So, and what was the distance off? Let's just measure that and see how close they came. Oh, jeepers, there's one there that I just noticed. This is the first one. This will be interesting. Someone's got closer than that and only just cleared it. I'm pushing this up just to make sure. Oh, jeepers. Oh, well, that's very interesting because I forget who that was now. I'm going to have a look at this. I don't know whether you can see this. This is the first time I've noticed it. There you go. So this boat here just cleared it by like virtually nothing, when in reality they would have cleared it by quite something, quite good, because there's one position point there. So at that point there was a ping on the stat, okay, and that point there was a next ping on the stat. So they didn't actually sail that straight line course. You could assume they came up here somewhere and then went round, okay? But for statistical purposes, we'll measure that if we can. It's so bloody tight. There, and then I've got to just move it across a bit. Technically speaking, 1/3 of a mile, but that's just playing games. It's not real. And this is one of the, if they cross that, say that line went just the other side of the Waypoint down here, but the next position ping was down there, we wouldn't automatically take that as missing the Waypoint. We would then hold it there in suspension, and we would wait until we saw their logs and see their dead reckoning position around here. But it goes without saying that one thing's for sure, they wouldn't have come under this way in their course. Clearly they were heading up in this direction. They would have come up here and probably missed it by whatever. So that's just a little anomaly. So from Galliana's perspective, it's fair to say that Galliana probably missed it by about 4 miles because there was a position port there and one up the other side, and Translated had something similar, but I think Galliana was a bit closer. So whoever that is, we don't know exactly what they missed it by, but they just missed it, which is all good. Okay, so just coming back here, I'll get rid of that. I might have to re-put the wrong way. There we go. Yep, I'll put the weather back up here. It drops it off when you go really close. So who was that, by the way? Here's Triana. Had to be Triana. They just clipped the line there. Yep. But they did miss it. I'm quite confident of that, so we're not even going to make an issue of that. They missed it technically, and theoretically they would have missed it probably by a few miles. So hopefully they had good sights there. Okay, well, that was a revelation. Now I'm going to go, come on, one back here. Okay, so we got to Evrika, didn't we? 105, 6.5. Yep. And then the next one is White Shadow, 8.2, 130. Well, they're certainly moving now, so they're in the breeze. Evrika's just hit the breeze for sure. And Outlaws hit the breeze as well. the Spreader keeps going to, they're just coming into it. So I think all of the boats now are on a roll, but it has split the fleet a little bit. So, yeah, White Shadow, I'm repeating myself here, 130, 8.2. Galliana would secure 155 mile day, 8.7. They're happy. Caesar would be building. Triana, 9 knots. You can see as they're getting in closer, they're speeding up, 155 mile day. Neptune, 9 knots, 174 mile day. And the Spirit of Helsinki, Neptune will be happy about what they're doing. They'll be on the radio, I reckon, chatting away. 9.7 knots and 209 mile day. So they're in the groove now. They're going for it. Made 10 knots, 216 mile day. Still got a bit of distance there to catch up. So let's just ping that and just see what's happening here. Transom to transom. Helsinki is hang on, just squeaking it a little bit. Actually, they're pretty close, 55 miles. So they're 55 miles behind, but the same thing then for maiden to translated on course, only 100 miles behind translated. They're doing well, and only 126 behind Penjuik. So that puts translated 26 miles behind Penjuik. Yeah, near enough. So that's pretty cool. Ping that, dropped it back. No, didn't do it. There's a little trick here. Yes, there it goes, back a bit. Okay, so we did that, made 10, translated 10.5 and 232 mile day. Yeah, both of them are pulled out because they hit that breeze line first and took off before the others, hours before the others got started in the similar sort of wave train. So as predicted, so what's going to happen now, we'll progress the weather forward a little bit and see what's going to happen in the next 2 days. So we can, in fact, it's always good to look at the big picture before I do that. So the big picture is suggesting that area of confusion with the 3 different systems has now got itself organized, and it's shaping up to be one big high. Okay, so you can see that high forming up here. That's very distinct now. It wasn't like that yesterday. Puts Explorer in a much better position than Sterner right now, depending on where the center of this goes. And these guys, again, as long as the high doesn't zip down here, which it won't, they always traditionally either go to the east or they'll go up in the northeast, and it's not too high. So so the center's not too high. So there is a bit more room for it to go up here. Probably what's going to happen, and they're on the leading edge, or you could say on the back edge of this system here, but either way it's big, and it's going to create a fantastic breeze to push them towards Cape Horn. So now we will I'll pick that up one more time there, and we'll just push this through and see where it's going. Okay, it's going up, so the center is going straight up north. It's going back northwest. That's amazing. That's all good news for the boats here so far. However, in one day, so if we go back there, we're currently on 1630. Going to come through again to 1600. Okay, so there we are now. That's where it'll be in 24 hours. Now, in 24 hours, Penjuik will be at least 200 miles ahead. So let's just show you where they'll be. It's not actually a toggle ruler. It's not giving me a toggle ruler right now. Okay, there's one, there's another one. Okay, so Penjuik and translated about there, and we want to go 200 miles ahead. So maybe there. So this is going to get very interesting. So they're going to be down around 115 degrees west of Greenwich on this line here somewhere after 24 hours. And then we'll see what happens. So I've got to get rid of that now. So that's day one. Oh, jeepers. Get that. Okay. So that's 1 day ahead with the weather. Oh, jeepers. Pretty. Okay. I think we're right now. Yep. So we'll go through. Okay. That breeze is following them. That's what I was wanting to define. Nonetheless, it's getting a bit fluffy, so it's not big breeze. Beautiful sailing. They're gonna love it. So this is 2 days out. So 2 days they're going to be over here. They've got going to basically have a 15 to 20 knot southwesterly, and the boats back here also got plenty of breeze, but not enough to catch them up. I think the lead boats here will hold their gap from the rest of the pack back there. I wasn't watching. I'll come back to Stern and Explorer. The others will have good breezes. So anyway, 2 days in, they've got great Southern Ocean sailing through to the 30th. We'll keep pushing it through. There's a bit of a puff there, but that one on windy as well, and it's not over the top. It's going to be 30 gusting 40, so they'll be getting used to this by then. But on day 3, we'll just take it through to day 3. They're going to drive into the calms. This is interesting. Okay, there's 3 days out. They've had really good 3 days worth of sailing. It's going to be about 600 miles, and by the look of it, the latitude that they're on at the moment, that was near enough. That was to 400 miles. 600 is going to be out over here somewhere. So let's just see what that looks like. Yep. Oh boy, this is going to get very interesting. So 3 days out, if this forecast stays the same, right, what you're going to see is the leaders, Penduic and Translated, that lead that they picked up, they're going to lose it a bit and get compressed because the guys coming up behind are going to hold this good breeze. So you're going to see a bit of a seesaw. So I think if you're lucky, because it all adds to the fun, Penduic and Translated, who picked up that gap, and also Maiden and even Helsinki, who got a bit, they'll be the first ones to drive into this low wind area, and the rest of the fleet will actually still be driving hard. They'll still be doing their 180, 200 mile days, whereas the leaders will be doing probably 160 mile days. So 1 day of that, there goes 40 miles. There's only a 50-mile gap between some of them back here. So no one's going to get a big break at the moment, but look at this. Look what's just here, Cape Horn. They're getting very close to Cape Horn. The weather's been fantastic, and it looks like it's going to keep rolling. So I'll get rid of this, and we'll just roll it forward. So so that's 3 days out. Let's just go for 4. It's on into the 1st of February now. Going to be light winds. They're sitting ducks if something's coming. The guys at the back are going to get a boost. So they'll still be fluffing around here, and Sterner and Explorer will be roaring down the highway. Wouldn't that be funny? But anyway, then it's going to extend back a bit. No, but the tail enders are they're going to come up here for the Waypoint. But this could get very interesting. Nothing that scares me with the weather either in terms of big storms. This is just amazing. Could be some headwinds there. That's very interesting, but they'll be able to push that around. Maybe. Yep, that's going to be interesting. So some fun to look forward to. Certainly no storms if this forecast holds the same. The leaders have pulled away a bit. They'll hold that for 2 days. On the 3rd day, they might lose a bit of that jump away. Mid-pack will catch up. Sterner Explorer might have a chance to catch the rest of the pack about 4 to 5 days out. And the front door for Cape Horn, just for fun, and I'll go right through now. There's still very. I'm going to pull this back a bit to see what the big picture looks. 4th of February. Okay, let's do a distance to the Horn and work out how many days. If they, some days will be 200 miles, other days are going to be. Oh no, it's still a fair bit. So it's a week. They'll be getting close. So they'll be getting close. I'm just waffling along here, but it's Sunday. What the hell? Bit of a push around the Horn. Nothing extreme here. Well, extreme. This is when I say extreme. This is the sort of stuff here that I'm talking about. Usually there'll be a heap of them, but look at this. This is just wide open, and that's the 5th of February. So and that one just blew itself apart on Cape Horn, just disappeared. That's it. There's the 6th of February. So, jeepers, this will be absolutely insane if the weather just holds perfect like this. It's just crazy. I don't know what to say. Touch wood. Right, let's look at the leaderboard. Anyway, there might be a few changes. Okay, rankings, line honours, pretty straightforward. Penjuic, translated, Maiden, Helsinki. You saw him in a line there. That's cool. IRC, this is where it's interesting. So 34.9. I immediately go down to Penjuic. Penjuic's jumped up a few. She's quickly jumped up to being fifth, and she's 37.1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still 3 days behind translated. Triana has lost the IRC lead by a fair bit, maybe 12 hours or something. 9, 24. So yeah, it's quite a chunk there. 34, 14, yeah, 18. I try to do quick calculations, but anyway, not quite a day. The Galliana with Secure 36.2, so 1 day behind Triana. Maiden is 20 hours behind Galliana, and Penjuic is another day. A few hours, 2-3 hours behind Maiden. So all pretty good. Then it's Neptune down the line. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to hit that, say good day again. I should be there. Yep, there I am. And I'll see what's going on. Yeah, so anyway, that's kind of fun for sure. Just on the question and answers, there's a question and answer group there. I don't think there's enough to answer them yet. I won't worry about answering them yet. There's a few there, but I'll wait until we see a few more. If not, I might answer them tomorrow or the day after. So now I'll just take this back to the beginning, see who's here on a Sunday. Grisham, hi. Still a sunny few days in southern England. Yeah, actually, it's got blue sky again today. Today was the first day that it was a little bit overcast and quiet, and the trade winds didn't really come in. So now those clouds have killed the trades. I haven't looked at the pressure systems here, but it's beautiful out on the water. On the beach, it'd be better because it's probably only 10 knots breeze instead of 15 to 20, the trade wind stuff. So it's quite good. And sun in England, that's outrageous. So, you usually watch there's a better feed and you can easily enlarge the video. Catching live is hard to remember. Yeah, sorry I missed the start gun on that, but anyway. Yeah, no, everything's good. We've just been sorting out all the banners. We haven't got the OGR banners and flames and all that up yet because we're actually early, and the Yacht Club Punta Leste have been having their prize givings and their cocktail parties and all that stuff for the classic regatta they had here, and that finishes this weekend. So we're sort of slowly getting organised now, and we may start to dress the town up shortly, and that's all good. Jane wants an Apple computer, but I prefer bananas. So we'll see. We just bought 2 of these stupid bloody computers. I've got to tell you, they're so mad. They said 10 hours on the battery, right? 10, 11 hours on the battery. And I reckon I'm getting 4 hours out of it, if you're lucky. And it's brand new. So I feel like writing them a letter and complaining. Not only is a few other things stupid, I have no idea. They'll say, oh, you got to get 25% brightness on your screen, and you've got to not run videos, and you got to do that. And then if you're lucky, you might squeeze it to 9.5. Sorry, we got it wrong by half an hour. It's just bloody rubbish. Anyway, you win some, you lose some. Yes, you're sounding much healthier. Yeah, Jane's looking better as well. She got over it quicker than me. Rob Havel, get well soon, Jane. Ooh. John, g'day, John. Remind folks about the question and answer post. Yeah, I did. I just did just then. So if you want any questions answered, get them on. I might do it I might do it late today or something. Maybe we'll get it out of the way. In fact, when we put it up, I knew there wouldn't be much because there's not a lot happening right now except on the water. Can you believe the weather in the Southern Ocean? Touch wood. I hate talking about it, but cheapers. Anyway, if I do 27, I know what's going to happen. If I skip or Explorer in 27, I'm not saying I'm going to, but I might. We'll probably get hammered, and I'll be looking back and say, why wasn't it like 23? But anyway, managed to catch you live today. Good on you, Joe. Andrew online. Sounds like the crew's having fun. Yeah, too much fun. Looking at all the previous comments, funny how Brits get excited when the sun shines. I don't know how you live there. Anyway, I didn't say that. It's quite nice. I'm a royalist. I actually had lunch with the Queen. Yeah, that's another story. I really get off on the royal family thing, probably because of my mother, and I'm Australia and this, that, and the other. And my connections with Citran created some very interesting opportunities many years ago. In fact, I feel really bad just mentioning the name. I hardly ever push Citran. I don't have my teddy bear here. A Citran bear. All the boats got bears, and Citran's our chosen charity, which is all about motor neurone disease and Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. So yeah, I should talk it up more, but it's a great cause. Okay, Clara. Oh, hi, Clara. Thanks for the daily updates. They're really good. Clara's our crew on leg 4 from Punta, and her husband's on Explorer at the moment on leg 3, but they didn't want to sail together. Great to learn more regarding the Southern Asian. Happy to see. Yep, Cape Horn. So all good. You'll be getting excited. They're actually doing pretty well. It sounds like the crew. Yep. Okay. Judy Morning from. I'm having trouble scrolling this down. Gentlemen's a happy Sunday. Yeah, thanks. Nail biting stuff. It's really cool. I think it's great. It looks like the leaders are going to slow down and the mid pack's going to catch up again. And then normally you sort of hate to be becalmed just at the entrance to the final approach to Cape Horn because you're like a sitting duck. You just want to get around there as quick as you can. But the weather's just, if it holds the way it's looking at the moment, it's going to be strange. New time works great for the mountains of Southern California. The race is heating up and keeping us glued on the tracker. Cool. Morning from Boston. Hi, Elizabeth. Warren, send back the computers before they warranty out. Yeah, I've only had them for about 3 weeks. So, but the problem is I bought them in New Zealand and we're in Punta anyway. But they're a global brand. I won't mention the brand. In fact, ironically, it's the same brand I had on my previous one, but it was a different style. It was long story, my fault. Anyway, all good. That's it for now. So thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time, if I remember, and I will.